According to the top 10 news from the past 24 hours on July 4, 2024, in Google News.
Warner organizing Senate Democrats to ask Biden to leave presidential race. Reports, Senator Mark Warner, DVA, is reportedly spearheading efforts to organize a coalition of Democratic senators to persuade President Joe Biden to withdraw from the 2024 presidential race. Warner, who chairs the Senate Intelligence Committee, is said to be concerned about Biden's viability as a candidate, particularly following a lackluster debate performance. Warner and his allies believe a fresh candidate is necessary to challenge former President Donald Trump effectively. Despite these efforts, Biden has shown no intention of stepping down, reaffirming his commitment to running and stating that he remains the best choice to defeat Trump. This internal party conflict highlights the growing uncertainty within the Democratic ranks as they prepare for a contentious election season.
Biden refuses to say whether he'd take independent cognitive test and make results public. In a candid interview with ABC News' George Stephanopoulos, President Joe Biden addressed concerns about his cognitive health but stopped short of committing to an independent cognitive test. When asked directly if he would undergo such a test and make the results public, Biden responded, "I take a cognitive test every day in the sense that I am constantly tested by the demands of this job." He emphasized his daily responsibilities and the mental acuity required to fulfill his presidential duties. Critics have increasingly pointed to instances of Biden's mental lapses as evidence of declining cognitive function, a narrative that has been amplified by political opponents. The president's refusal to take an independent test is likely to fuel further debate about his fitness for office, especially as the 2024 election approaches and the demands of the campaign trail intensify.
As calls grow for Biden to drop out, new poll shows Michelle Obama would beat Trump. A new poll suggests that former First Lady Michelle Obama would defeat former President Donald Trump in a hypothetical presidential race. The poll, conducted amid growing calls for President Joe Biden to step aside, shows Obama leading Trump with 50% of the vote to Trump's 39%. This revelation comes as Democrats grapple with Biden's shaky debate performance and concerns over his age and mental fitness. Michelle Obama, who has repeatedly stated she has no intention of running for office, remains a highly popular figure within the Democratic Party and among the general public. The poll's findings underscore the desire among some Democrats for a fresh and dynamic candidate who can energize the base and appeal to a broad swath of voters. As the 2024 election draws closer,
Joe Biden speaks with ABC News tonight. How many TV interviews has the president given? President Joe Biden is set to sit down with ABC News' George Stephanopoulos tonight, marking a rare television interview for the president. This will be Biden's second interview with Stephanopoulos, and it comes at a time when his administration faces numerous challenges, including foreign policy crises, economic concerns, and internal party disputes. Biden has conducted fewer press conferences and media interviews than any president in over 40 years, a strategy that has drawn criticism from both political opponents and the media. His limited media availability has led to questions about transparency and accountability. Tonight's interview is expected to cover a range of pressing issues, including the recent debate over his cognitive health, his administration's response to domestic and international challenges, and his plans for the 2024 election.
USA. Urge clemency for Indigenous activist Leonard Peltier. Human rights advocates are renewing calls for clemency for Leonard Peltier, an Indigenous activist who has been imprisoned for nearly 5 decades. Peltier was convicted in 1977 for his involvement in the deaths of 2 FBI agents during a shootout on the Pine Ridge Indian Reservation in South Dakota. His trial and subsequent conviction have been widely criticized, with many arguing that he did not receive a fair trial and that there were significant procedural and evidentiary issues. Peltier, now 79 years old, has serious health issues including diabetes and a heart condition. Supporters, including prominent human rights organizations, argue that his continued incarceration is a miscarriage of justice and that he should be granted clemency on humanitarian grounds. The push for Peltier's release has gained renewed momentum under the Biden administration, with advocates hoping that the president.
USA suspends planned military exercises with Georgia. The United States has decided to suspend planned military exercises with Georgia a strategic move reflecting a broader reassessment of military commitments in the region. The suspension comes amid heightened tensions with Russia and ongoing conflicts in Eastern Europe. The planned exercises were intended to strengthen military cooperation between the U.S. and Georgia, a key ally in the region. However, the decision to suspend them indicates a shift in U.S. foreign policy priorities and a possible recalibration of its military presence in Eastern Europe. This move has significant implications for U.S.-Georgia relations and for the broader geopolitical landscape, as it signals a cautious approach by the U.S. in its engagements near Russia's borders. The suspension also raises questions about the future of U.S. military strategy in the region and its commitment to supporting allies in their defense against potential aggressions.
Statue of Unity surpasses daily average footfall at USA's Statue of Liberty. India's Statue of Unity has surpassed the daily average footfall of the USA's Statue of Liberty, marking a significant milestone for the world's tallest statue. The Statue of Unity, standing at 182 meters, was inaugurated in 2018 and has quickly become a major tourist attraction. The increased footfall reflects the growing interest in the statue, which honors Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, a key figure in India's independence movement. The Statue of Liberty, an iconic symbol of freedom and democracy, has long been a major tourist destination in the United States. The comparison between the two statues highlights the Statue of Unity's success in attracting visitors and promoting tourism in the region. This achievement underscores the importance of cultural landmarks in fostering national pride and generating economic benefits through tourism.
The U.S. aims to strengthen ties with Armenia in security, economy, and politics. U.S. Senator. A U.S. Senator has announced plans to strengthen ties with Armenia, focusing on enhancing cooperation in security, economic, and political spheres. This initiative aims to bolster the bilateral relationship between the two countries, which have shared historical and cultural ties. The senator emphasized the strategic importance of Armenia in the region, particularly in the context of regional security dynamics and economic opportunities. Strengthening ties with Armenia is seen as a way to promote stability and prosperity in the region, countering the influence of other powers. The announcement includes plans for increased economic investments, enhanced security cooperation, and support for democratic governance in Armenia. This move is part of a broader U.S. strategy to engage with key allies and partners globally, promoting shared values and mutual interests.
Joe Biden campaign announces $50 million in ads after debate performance worries. Following concerns over President Joe Biden's performance in the recent Democratic debate, his campaign has announced a $50 million advertising blitz aimed at reinforcing his message and addressing voter concerns. The debate highlighted several challenges for Biden, including questions about his age and cognitive abilities. In response, the campaign's ad strategy will focus on showcasing Biden's accomplishments, policy proposals, and his vision for the future. The ads will be targeted across multiple platforms, including television, digital, and social media, aiming to reach a broad audience and counter negative narratives. This significant investment underscores the importance of media and messaging in modern political campaigns, especially as Biden seeks to solidify his position as the Democratic nominee.
Arkansas abortion amendment gets more than 100,000 backers. An amendment to enshrine abortion rights in the Arkansas state constitution has garnered more than 100,000 signatures, reflecting significant public support for the measure. The proposed amendment comes in response to recent legislative efforts to restrict abortion access in the state. If passed, it would protect the right to abortion and ensure that any restrictions do not place an undue burden on women seeking the procedure. The initiative has sparked intense debate, with supporters arguing that it is necessary to safeguard women's rights and health, while opponents contend that it would undermine the state's ability to regulate abortions. The overwhelming support for the amendment highlights the deeply polarized views on abortion and the ongoing battle over reproductive rights in the United States. As the measure moves forward, it will likely face legal challenges and further political contention.
Stay informed with Nova News 360 for top news from the past 24 hours. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for notifications on our latest videos. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.